Okay, welcome everybody. So glad you guys could be on the call with us tonight. It is our kickoff call for 2026. So pop a one in the chat if this is your first team call. We want to hear from you. I'm actually doing a couple of product giveaways tonight, and I'm super excited that you guys could be with us. And we have actually a really awesome lineup tonight. So we're not actually going to do a lot of talking. I had planned to share all the team stats, and they're on my phone, which I am on Zoom from my phone. So that's not going to work. But welcome to everyone that's brand new. If you have some peeps from your team that you don't see on, I'm actually encouraging everyone to go send quick reminders, send a quick message into the chats to remind them about the call tonight. Because why not max the very first call of 2026? It's going to be an awesome year. We've had so many calls with a lot of you already, going over goals and the things you want to accomplish this year. So I don't see why 2026 can't be an incredible, incredible Plexus year. This is year 11 for us, which is crazy. We usually start our team call out with wins and learns. So pop yours in the chat, whatever wins you had from December, or even just the year. If you want to just kind of recap some things that have happened on your team or in your business, that would be fantastic. We love reflecting on our calls. And I wanted to shout out a couple of cool, awesome, amazing things. We had almost 300 people join our team in December. So welcome to all the new customers. And we had a lot of brand ambassadors switch over. We had so many Christmas cash earners. The graphic is on the team page. I was planning to have the numbers for that so I could read them off to everybody, but it's pretty incredible. We had a lot of people maximize the Christmas cash and earn $450. We had a lot of people earn the first tier of $150 by adding 3 friends. So anyways, incredible, you guys, especially on a month where it's so busy. A lot of us wear the mom hats and the dad hats. So December is just extra busy, but everyone's still here so strong, and we're grateful for that. We had 35 people earn Rising Leaders Retreat, so shout yourself out in the comments if that was you. We had plenty of brand new people earn Rising Leaders Retreat, which was exciting. And then we had 8 people sweep the contest. Oh, Angie has her pom-poms out. The cheerleader. It's so fun. So congratulations for that, you guys. We had a lot of rank ups. I feel like I'm flying blind right now. So go to the team page. Everything is shouted out there. We had a lot of rank ups. We had a lot of Christmas cash earners. It was the end of a contest. So many things finished out 2025 really strong. So we are doing 2 giveaways tonight. And I have a bottle of Edge. So I want to hear health goals in the comments. And also, if this is your first call, please chime it in because we want to, welcome you guys. And also, I'd like to just see who is brandy new and excited. So Edge is our natural energy supplement. I know there's people that take this actually for focus and concentration and just to give them a sharp mental edge. So if you take this, actually chime in the comments why you love it. And there's actually caffeine in this, so that's one thing that helps with the extra focus. So I have this, and then I also have Balance, which is part of our GLP-1 boosting combo. It's incredible for blood sugar control. It really helps to boost your own body's GLP-1 hormone. And we love to encourage people to pair this with the Black Cherry Hunger Control Slim. And you can actually do up to 4 Balance a day. So 2 before your 2 biggest meals of the day. So if you take Balance, chime in the chat why you love it. If you've never tried either Balance or Edge, throw that in the chat too. So would love to hear some, from you guys on those things. And I'm going to draw a prize winner. So be commenting in the chat. If this is your first team call, also tell us where you're tuning in from. And all right, did you have a few things to share?
Sure, I can. Okay. Anytime.
All right, I'll kick it over to Justin, and then we'll kick it over to Melody.
So just a couple different things. Sorry. We have like weird swings in our weather here. So it's like 60 one day, 20, back to 50. And so my throat is responding to all that. And so one thing I want to mention real quick for health goals. Megan mentioned health goals. So um, the interesting thing is at least as I get older, all your health goals start to change. And so it's like there's these windows of time where you don't even think about it. And then there's kind of like where I'm at right now. And it's like, man, I'm thinking about my health goals all the time. And so as far as some health goals that I have this year, and I just want to share a couple things. I don't know. One is, so for me personally, is to work on my alignment. I went to the chiropractor and I am all crooked. And so I'm surprised I'm not like walking in a circle as bad as he made it sound. So I've been working on going into 2025, really working on getting my neck and my hips and my back all aligned and really working on posture as I'm hunched over on this Zoom call on a cell phone is one of the things that I have going on because I turned 50 this year. And so it's a really, that's pretty awesome. And so I'm just working on some of these structural things that, I don't want the foundation to crumble. So we're working on some foundational things this year. And one other thing too is now removal. If anybody has experience with this, um, reach out to me. I have some questions for you. I'm trying to get this thing removed. Anyway, so just lots of different health goals as I go into 50. And one thing I was thinking of, and this may help you or it may help you and your business, is that we have all these, with blood work and these things, it's like, okay, you're in the quote unquote normal range or whatever. But I was telling Megan tonight, I'm like, I don't want to be in the normal range at 50. I want to be in the optimal range. Like, because normal is, I'm pretty close to sick. And so I really don't want that. I really would like to be, healthy and going for the next 40 years. And so anyway, so that's another goal is really just to work on, okay, is this normal or is this optimal? I really want to have optimal health. And so really listening to my body is one thing I'm learning to do. And I hope you can learn to do that too. So those are some health goals that I have. One real practical thing I want to mention. So there's a lot of people that have earned the Mexico Leaders Retreat, Rising Leaders contest coming up. That trip will be coming up at the end of February. And so I just want to encourage you just for I don't know, public service announcement, but check your passport. Make sure you have a passport, and if you don't have one, get one. There's still plenty of time. You can get expedited service done on a passport, and you have time to get it done, but you don't have a whole lot of time to wait. And so, if you do have a passport, one thing I would encourage you to do is take a look at the expiration date and just make sure there may be something in the contest rules. I'm not sure if it hasn't expired yet. There might be like a 6-month window in there of some sort. You might look at that, but if it needs to be renewed, you might want to renew it. Or if you've had last time you had it, you were 15 or whatever. And, so just take a look at that. That's one thing it would really stink to miss out because of something like that.
Oh, they didn't hear what you said about the removal, tooth removal.
Oh, you didn't hear? Oh, one of my health goals, root canal removal. Anybody had a root canal actually removed? Has anybody had this? Angie has. Oh, no, you have not. She's just whooping me for the root canal removal. Okay, so if anybody has, reach out to me. If we have our passport, we do not need the real ID.
Correct.
Correct. That's correct. Passport will work for in place of the real ID for domestic flights and obviously for international flights. And so one word I was going to just encourage you guys with this real fast. At the beginning of 2026, 2025 is gone. For some people, it's like, thank God it's gone. For some people, everybody's different. But I usually at the end of one year before the next year begins, I usually ask the Lord to give me a word. Is there a theme or something that I need to be paying attention to for this upcoming year? I usually ask for a word. I ask for scriptures, and sometimes it takes days, and sometimes it takes weeks to hear. back. And this year, when I asked, it took about 2 seconds. And so, and that word was redeem. For 2026, to redeem anything that might have been lost in 2025, just to make things right, to straighten crooked things, to whatever it may be. But redeem was the idea. And so maybe your 2025 wasn't optimal. Maybe it wasn't exactly the way you wanted it to be. Well, one thing I would encourage you to do, at least that I'm encouraging myself to do, is redeem the time in 2026. Get it back. Rescue what was lost in 2025 or 2024 or 2023, whatever. And so that's business wise, that's health wise, that's relationship wise, whatever. Just redeem the time, make it count. And so that's an encouragement I have. Whatever, forget those things that are behind, learn from them, but forget those things that are behind and press on. 2026, I think, is a great year to move forward. It's a great year to press on. It's a great year to redeem anything that maybe has been lost or perceived to have been lost in the past. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully you'll find some encouragement with that. Get your passports looked at or ordered. And that's all I got.
Alrighty. So I was going to mention really quick before I kick it over to Melody, there are some incredible incentives this month, which she's going to talk about, but I totally lost my train of thought for a half second. And I just lost it again.
Redeem your thoughts. I just talked about this. Wait.
I think I'm still just
go find that which was lost somewhere in our gray matter.
Problems stress me out. Okay. Anyways, it had to do with incentives. Shoot, it'll come back to me. But I know what it was. Usually our very first call of the year is a goal setting call. We are assuming that everyone read the post on the Momentum Makers group. If you're not in that group, it's our business building group. There's a post in there. I can make sure I bump it back to the top about goal setting. And there's 2 videos, one that I did for Diamonds in December, and then one that we did that we actually were originally going to use for that video, but then didn't because it was a little rambly, but it's good stuff. So if you have not set goals yet for this year, don't wait till Super Saturday or after Super Saturday, go make your goals. But I just wanted to reference that. We're not going to repeat and teach all of that again. The purpose of this call tonight is inspiration and information so that you guys can kick off even before Super Saturday starts. Because in my brain, the month kicked off yesterday, not next week after Super Saturday, which, by the way, if you have not registered for that, go get registered. It's $24.95. You get 3 promo codes to utilize. Even if you cannot attend in person or you're busy Saturday, you'll get the replay. So definitely make sure to register and get your VIPs to register. I mean, heck, if they're not going to use the promo codes, you can use their promo codes. But the encouragement would be for them to go ahead and use those. So that's going to be awesome. And then real quick before I kick it over to Melody, did you guys listen to the corporate kickoff call by any chance? I am super excited about this thing. I totally forgot to mention it on the Ruby call today. There is a team retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona that we can earn as a team. Okay, here is the plan. Here's the game plan. Okay, of all the teams in Plexus, I mean, I'm tempted to compare, but our team is the best team in Plexus. And it is in Momentum. And so I'm not going to look at the Trisha Rieger dynasty or the Brittany Howard team or whoever else. I mean, they're rocking it and they're doing all the things, but there's no reason we can't be in the top 5. So if you didn't catch that call, the long and short of it is we could earn a spot to earn a retreat. And it has to do with developing, not recruitment necessarily. I mean, recruitment plays into it because when we bring people in, then we can work and develop them into silvers and senior silvers. But basically, if we can help as many people in January go silver and senior silver, that is the trajectory, that is the goal. That we would be able to go on a team retreat in April or May. And it's basically a 3-night stay. There would be team building and leadership training, photo shoots at corporate. There's a beautiful home, like an Airbnb that they are, I don't even know, leasing or something. So it's phenomenal. So it's basically like a little mini contest. It's a pilot program. So it's like the first time they've done this. Per some suggestions from the diamond meeting, and they are making it happen. So I'm really excited about this, and I don't see why our team can't make it happen. Okay, so that is a overarching theme goal for team-wide goal for January. All right, Melody, I'm going to kick it over to you, sister. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm super excited to share really quick what are the incentives this month. I'll be very brief. I'm so thankful for Plexus. They make it so fun, you guys. So many new things have rolled out this month, and I feel like things are stacked up just right to really put each of you on a projection for building your team and seeing growth and momentum and points going higher, and all of those things, right? So let's just jump right in. There is a dollar membership that's been extended through Friday. So through the 9th, your new VIP that signs up with 100 PV gets their membership for a dollar and they get free shipping. Now, the free shipping promo for new VIPs is all month. So that goes all the way to the end of January. Super, super exciting. Another thing they have going on is the new subscription rewards. So when your subscription of 100 PV or more runs, or any of your customers, this month in January, Plexus is giving you that $10 product credit for you to use on a discretionary order after this month. So this is honestly, you guys, a really huge talking point for me right now with my customers because I want people turning their subs back on, or I want to celebrate them if they have them on. And here's this fun little gifty that Plexus is giving them. So nobody wants to miss out on that $10 credit. Okay. Next thing, convention contest has kicked off. So I don't know about you, but I'm really excited. Convention is actually in my backyard this year. I live just 2 hours north of where it will be. So I'm really excited. And I want to go on a shopping spree. I don't know about you, but looking at all the tiers, I won't go through all of the details, but take a look at that. There's some really fun cash prizes, Plexus swag prizes, and a shopping spree, which is super, super fun. But what you do need to know is right now in January, there's double convention credits for when you or some on your team, in certain levels, rank or re-rank. So you definitely want to take a look at that for double credits. Don't miss that. Okay, there's also a bonus going on for this quarter for those who are gold and above or achieve gold during this quarter. And again, you're going to want to kind of look at more at the details of that. But this is such a blessing. So if this is you, check it out. Basically, this is for developing. So if you're a gold or above team, you want to be developing, like Megan said, so we can earn this retreat, which we're totally going to do, by the way. But you want to be developing silvers, senior silvers, etc. Okay, and that will work towards your bonus. They have a matching bonus too, and you guys, I just didn't grab the details for that because I know we got to move quick. But you can go look at that. You can look in your help center, look in your email. The last thing I want to say is next day pay is all month long. So sign a new VIP with 100 PV. You're going to get your BBB by the next business day by 5 p.m. Totally cool. Okay, Megan, kicking it back to you.
Did you mention convention contest? I might have totally missed when you said that.
I sure did. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That kicked off on the 1st. So I'm really excited. The tracker is up. So that's fantastic. All right. I'm going to kick it over to Lisa Winters, and she is going to interview her brand new senior silver.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Hey, you guys, so glad to be on tonight for our kickoff call for the new year. Miranda Appleby, I just want to give you a quick little backstory and then I'm going to interview her because I want you to hear from her. But she signed on November 1st. And it was from that little spammy post that remember when we talked about it, the last one of the last calls, and that I posted. And it was from one of those posts, I think, that you actually responded to that. And so she went fast start senior silver just in December. So I'm so proud of her. And I remember talking to you. So, Miranda, will you unmute and let's chat a little bit about? I don't even remember when I first mentioned to you about Leaders Retreat,
Oh my
but
goodness.
when,
Yeah.
how did you start like thinking you could earn that? Like, I know we talked about it. We did a couple of events. We did a couple messenger events. We did an event at your house, a
Yep.
summit at your house. We did like 3 events.
Yep. Yeah, we did. We did the messenger event. We did a private event, and then we did the one at my house. So, hi guys, I'm Miranda. Lisa is my amazing sponsor. So I saw her the GLP-1, sign up as a tester, kind of thing post. It was the catchy post, and I was like, you know what? Coming from someone who actually tried the weight loss shot, and let me tell you what, you want an unhealthy quick fix? That's what it did for me. It had really bad side effects for me. It's not just wasn't all what I thought it was going to be. And when I joined Plexus, I wanted to fix my gut health that I ruined by doing that shot. I wanted something that I could take that would really, focus on keeping me healthy and also helping me healthily lose weight along the way while fixing a lot of other things. So when I saw you posting that, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. And then I think it was a few weeks after I had signed up, I saw somebody on the team had won the Leaders Retreat to Mexico. And I was like, what is that? And if anyone knew me, they know I love goals. And if there's a goal in front of me, I'm gonna reach it. I want that goal. And so I had asked Lisa, I'm like, how do I get this? So she explained it to me. And I was like, all right. So I went out of my comfort zone. I started going live on Facebook and making all the posts, and I tried to really have a social media presence, which is hard for me. I'm an introverted extrovert, if that makes sense. I love people, but also putting myself out there is kind of hard. It's hard. You're open for judgment. You're open for kind of the awkwardness. It's weird putting yourself out there online. So, but I went live, and I remember I had 11 conversations going just from going live once. And I had several people sign up just from going live. I had my box, my triplex and trim. I had little notes set on the side of like what each product did. And I just went on and talked about it. And although it was so out of my comfort zone, I had so many people sign up. I had amazing conversations with people who are now on it, and they're having great results. And it's amazing to hear. And like you said, Lisa, I started November 1st. So it's been a full 2 months now. I ranked up to fast start silver and then senior silver. And my next goal is going gold. And I'm going to Mexico, and I'm so excited. And if I can do that in 2 months, let me tell you what, guys, I had 35 friends on Facebook. Okay. When I started out with Plexus and I was posting. And then, I started reaching out, adding more people, growing just my Facebook in general, and reaching out to friends and family. If I can do it from just starting that small, anyone can. Truly, anyone can.
And I think also having that direct line with your sponsor, like we talked and we still do, like, you're
Yep.
that communication. And I'm sorry that I didn't mention it sooner to you about going to Leaders Retreat. I think so many times, and I mean, I'm always teaching this, don't say somebody's no for them, but you know how when you're signing up a new customer, you don't want to overwhelm them, but you also need to give people the opportunity. And so I was just this whole time, remember, we would go through your numbers and your credits. We were like talking, okay, is this going to happen? Am I frozen? Can you guys see me? Okay, there we are. But we kept going back and forth. Is it going to happen? Is it not? It is so much fun. I remember Megan saying, this is just like a game. You just have to think about it. The longer that you're in this industry and when you're in this business, you've got to learn to love the game. And I'm a gamer by nature. I want to win the game. And so when you have friends that do it with you, it's like the best. It's the best of the best. So super proud of you, Miranda. And
Thank you.
goal this month.
Yes. And I
That's
appreciate all your help. And you're right. And I think that's a big thing is keeping in touch with your sponsor. And I feel like there's a lot, especially when you become a brand ambassador. At least for me, it felt like there was a lot to learn, and there's still a lot to learn. But I think that's kind of a beautiful thing in a sense, because if there's a lot to learn, that means it's a growing business. There's a lot to learn because it is a big growing business, and there's a lot to do as an ambassador. There's a lot of growth that you can do within the business as well. So I think it's fun, and I'm still learning stuff, and I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that I'm still learning, and you're there so quick for me to ask questions and to answer. So I appreciate you.
awesome.
Hey, Lisa, real quick. When you were giving her like the steps, can you share from a sponsor perspective what you were having her do? Because there was a plan, even though maybe Miranda wasn't aware of it, but you definitely were. Can you
So
talk about that for a second?
Yep. So PLLP is what we talk about a lot. So I said I had her do a post immediately, the live,
Mm-hmm.
the list, and the party. PLLP. And so we did all of those things. not necessarily in that order. I worked with what Miranda was comfortable with, but I was constantly knocking and saying, "Hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that." Um, and then the list was important. And Miranda has a business mind because you had a boutique, you had a clothing boutique. So she had a business mind, but even with a business mind, you said it was getting out of your comfort zone. It's still uncomfortable for people. So as the sponsor, as we are coaching other people to step up and do the thing that we're trying to help them to achieve that goal. And so it's constantly knocking, constantly sending little texts. Hey, what about this today? Hey, this is an idea. What about this post? And so that it's really like hand holding and just little by little. And and I think everybody's different. You just have to kind of go at their pace.
Exactly. Yes. Well, and the fact that Miranda was also coachable. So it is a two-way street where you as the sponsor, and everyone's going to be in the sponsor position at some point as you build a team, right? And then everyone is at some point in Miranda's position where you're working up through going silver and going senior silver and then going gold. And so being coachable on that side and also being a teacher on the sponsor side, it works both ways, hand in hand.
And I think
So,
too, oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, go ahead.
I think too, like it's so fun to achieve our goals. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, I love achieving my goals, but I truly love when my team achieves their goals. I can't even tell you guys, like 10 years in, and I get so excited when one of my team members like earning this amazing leaders retreat. What a gift this is.
Mhm.
I kept saying, I cannot believe it. Nicole earned it, Amy earned it. Like we're all going to be there together.
That's
And I
awesome.
kept saying, oh my goodness, what a blessing this company is. What a blessing that we get to do this together. It's not just like, yes, these products are awesome, but the comp plan and the amazing trips that we have, and those of you that have not been yet, just wait. Like you're going to be, it's plexified. Like we're going to just be, it's going to be amazing when we go on this next month. I cannot wait. I'm excited, as you can tell.
Yes, yes. Plexus trips are the best trips. I mean, we go on trips, but when we go on Plexus trips, it's just like extra. And those
Yeah.
of you who have been on Plexus trips, you know what we're talking about. So, so fun. Okay, I'm going to kick it over to Angie because she's going to interview.
Hey everyone, Angie Ambrosetti here. Gosh, I love this. I love seeing all these faces. And I know you can't see everyone, but there's 34 people on the call. It makes me so excited to know there's so many people that are tuning in, even if you can't see their faces. But I want to introduce you to my sweet friend, Katie King. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a backstory. I'm going to try to make this quick. I actually did not meet Katie until November 12th of 2025. We were Facebook friends, unbeknownst to either one of us. How? Because you know how Facebook is. You just become friends with people you don't even know. And we met for lunch on November 12th. It was the first time we had ever met one another. And come to find out, her husband is our UPS delivery man to my husband's office. And so, like, I'd been following her, she'd been following me. We were inspiring one another all along the way. And we did a podcast interview because we had some things in common, and she fit perfectly into my podcast interview. And she decided, hey, she's going to give Plexus a try. Give her a couple samples when we went to work out a couple days after we met. And she decided that she was going to give it a try. She is an amazing health coach. She's coaching me at the gym and doing a fantastic job. But most importantly, guys, she joined Plexus on November 19th as a VIP customer. December 6th, she upgraded to brand ambassador and she added 17 level ones to her team, not only hitting fast start silver, senior silver, and gold, but she also earned the Cancun contest for two. And I am so stoked for you guys to hear from my sweet friend Katie.
Hi, so I'm Katie. Miranda, I kind of feel bad going after you because you're extremely well spoken. So mine probably won't sound as good. But so I have been working on my health for quite some time. It started with kind of physical health that fizzled out, and I wound up doing a lot of mental health recovery kind of stuff. And so I have actually lost 155 pounds over the past few years. Yeah. And so last year, I wound up having a couple surgeries that didn't go well. And I was actually about to sign to have plastic surgery done. And I was told that I couldn't have the surgery anymore. And I was so frustrated because I'd lost all this weight, but I still didn't feel good about myself because of all the skin. And so I decided to go on a real natural journey and do everything naturally and by myself. And it has been incredible. Like I've done amazing. And so Angie and I just started talking, and she is absolutely by far just amazing, sponsor wise, friendship wise, everything. Um, but so she started telling me more and more about Plexus. And I said, well, I've done a lot of different sales things, and it kind of fizzles out. It's not something I'm really into. I said, but there's something different about this. And I said, it's because it's just adding to my fitness and my natural process of trying to do all of this. And so I said, let me give it a shot, try it out. And of course, loved it. And then I also have started, I'm part of a program with a workout program online. And so I actually started I'm trying to transition into personal training and behavioral change coaching. And so I had put a post out on this fitness thing. And so I instantly, within 2 days, had 40 women that wanted me to start helping them with their health. And so immediately they were just like, we want to know whatever you are doing, we want to do it. And so that was definitely very helpful, having these women that have been following me for the past year or so. And so I had kind of already built a little bit of a following, and, people that actually trust what I'm doing and that it's working. And so I reached out to a lot of them, was like, hey, January's coming up. We've got the reset for free when you buy a qualifying order. And so a lot of people just jumped on. They were so excited to start out, and we're actually all going to do the reset together. And we're working on 75 Carnivore Hard with Angie. And so it's just kind of been, I've been building my social media probably for the past 6 months or so, and really trying to up my game. And I think that just really helped, that I was already in the process of doing that. But then all these wonderful, amazing people that are also wanting to really transform their physical fitness and their mental health. And it's just a good win between the two. And that it's a natural product. It's not the GLP-1. It's not something that they have to do that's totally crazy. It's affordable. So, and then I'm super excited to be going to Cancun.
Yes. I love that we say this a lot in Plexus, but a lot of times people come in and they think, oh, if I just take Plexus, I'm going to lose all this weight. And I love that you did everyone's journey is different, but you did yours prior to Plexus, and you did that all on your own. And now just adding in that piece of saying, hey, I know that eating is what you put in your mouth is really important, and working out is really important. But now you're throwing out that piece of saying, hey, supplementation is so important, and people are definitely listening to what you have to say. And I just love that. And so have you thought about what your goal is for January? I know we haven't really talked about that yet, Katie, but I have some goals in mind for you.
I obviously would definitely love to build a team. That would be fantastic. And just continuing on with the momentum of getting VIPs and subscriptions. And
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, we have not, I'm sorry to say this, ladies, that even the best of us can forget to say things sometimes, but I haven't even talked to Katie about Silver Stars. But when we get off this call tonight, we are going to talk about that, Katie, because that is something that you can absolutely earn, and you're going to love it. So thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I know you were trying to get the kids to bed and everything so you could pop on the call, but we're also proud of you and can't wait for you to meet all of these amazing people that are going to be in Cancun with us.
I'm excited about it. And thank you to Angie, who has been my biggest cheerleader, supporter, everything. So
love you, girl.
Love you.
All right. Oh my goodness. So encouraging. Okay. Get over to Lisa. There she is. Okay, just really quick. She was the top contest credit earner on one team by a lot. And she was in, I don't know, commissions haven't posted yet, so I don't know exactly where the shakeout is, but like top 20-ish in the entire company for Rising Leaders Retreat credits. So let's take some notes. I'm sure Lisa is going to bring some golden encouragement to.
Thanks, Megan. Yes. Can you all hear me okay? Good? Okay. I feel like my signal's a little weak tonight. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say first. Like, if I could say one thing to you, and that's all they let me say, I would say a tracked goal grows. If you don't track it, it's not there. So a tracked goal grows. It really does. And so that's some of the things that really, when I looked back at how that happened, I mean, it really was because I started tracking all my posts, um, that my IPA sheet was done. Like that put me to senior Ruby. Like I got really, there was a point I laxed a little bit between like when I think I hit icon. I don't know if I did that before or after senior Ruby. I don't remember, but there was this little bit of time that I laxed and I was like, why am I not hitting senior Ruby? Like, what is this? Like, where was that? And then I put a push and then like, it's every day. And like you have it now. I know our Ruby chat has it in it, but your gold chat has it in there too, to like track the posting, the little polls, because if you'll just make yourself accountable to do it, like that pushed me. Like who said it was Miranda said, she's like, I'm a little bit like gonna goal oriented, like competitive with myself. And that's the other thing. I run my own race. Like I really try to run my own race and just keep beating my best. Like totally. So those are just quick little things. I need to shout out. I don't know who's on here. I can't see. I know Tammy Searcy. I'm not sure if Rhonda Kirkham is on here. And then I had Brina Blanchard, which I know she's not on here. I had 3 people earn the trip. So that was like phenomenal. And that gives me so much joy. That gives me more joy than probably achieving it myself. I got so really focused with them too. I love it. And I was thinking about that too. Like, I'm really strongly in this. Like, I'm not going to ask anybody to do something that I've not been willing to do or done. And in turn, they really motivate me because everybody has we all have strengths. And like, I love it when people are so bold and they go live. And those are things that I'm a little cautious of doing. And I have some people that they are sold, like they're amazing. And some that just, they're not afraid to reach out. Like find these people. They are there and they are just waiting on you. Like you just heard all these other stories. Like I'm sitting there in awe of all the stories I've just heard this evening already. But that's what it's like. And I'm just like, I get so motivated by that. And I want to find another person like that because I love to see people win. And, you know, I love to help them track that. I love to be all in that. Just like Lisa said, it was just doing those things. But you have to be willing to go there. If you're going to ask somebody else to go there, you got to be willing to do that too, because they're watching. They're watching. The speed of the leader is the speed of the game. So that's really how that is. So I'm going to just say, besides all that tracking, I'm looking at my notes over here so I didn't miss anything. I was just a lot of prayer. Like I wake up in the middle of the night praying for my people, myself. Like not necessarily myself, but the people that I believe God needs to lay in front of me, like put in front of me. Who is it that needs this business? Who lay my name on their heart? Because I don't know. I really don't know. And I love it. Like when you don't know, like Angie did not know, Katie, like you don't, and Miranda, like I'm looking at all of that. Like that's how this rolls. And I have Tammy Cersei on here who we've been in the same church for McCrae was looking at that for like 3 years. After we moved to Tennessee, it took us a while to find a church. 3 years we've been in the church. Tammy and I've been in that church together. We did not meet until the fall sometime. Like we sat at a women's thing together, and then she started watching me. And then there it is, like, you just don't know. And I think that, and I sprinkle it into my world, but I didn't like hand her samples that night or anything. We just talked at church, and then she's watching. And so I try to tell my people all the time, you just don't know who's watching you. Like you think that nobody's watching, they're watching. I was watching Brandy Hutchins for 6 months. I find so much humor in it when like someone reaches out to me and I'm like, I didn't know they were watching me. Like they have been watching me, and I try to watch who's watching me, but you don't know if they don't comment or engage. You don't know that. And I never commented once on Brandy's Plexus posts. Like I did it. because I didn't want her to bug me. Like I knew what was going to happen. I didn't, and she didn't bug me. She just gave me an opportunity. That's really what it was. And so I think we have a lot of fear. I don't like doing it either. I don't like those cold reach outs. But if you're in that spot that like you're at that fork in the road, like you can like come on real strong, but then you're like, where are they? Where are they? Like you have no choice. You have to start reaching out. And there are people waiting for you to reach out, because they're just too afraid. And I had a lot of misconceptions. I thought this was a shake company. So go look for the people that think it's a shake company, because it's not a shake company, and they're going to be so shocked. Like, I mean, I just love that part of it, that I really could have just kept living a miserable life. I mean, I wasn't having a miserable life, but I was feeling miserable. Like I could still be feeling like that if I would have just been like not responsive to her and thinking it's a shit company. So you got to believe there are people out there like that. Customer care is huge. Customer care is huge. You have to absolutely do three-way chats with your people. Absolutely, with your people. I'm loving this. Am I missing something you're all laughing about?
Amy Bunker.
Anyway. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh, I love it. Okay. Anyway, customer care, three-way chats. Make sure you get in those three-way chats with all your people. That just makes a difference. Like, when you bring someone brand new in and you just are like, I want you to go silver, they don't know what that means. They don't have a clue what that means. Let's start sharing. We don't, you just got to get in there with them and help them learn how to talk to people and how to ask the right questions, because it makes a big difference. That takes the pressure off of somebody that doesn't know, and they learn from you. I think that changed everything. It changed all the Cancun trips that were being earned, like just getting in the trenches, and that's part of it. So I really think that's it. I really think that's how that happened. Yes, was I watching the leaderboard? Some, but not every single day. I just focus on I know what I have to do every day to make sure that, my goal is happening, because I believe in numbers. People can fail you, but numbers don't lie. And so if you are doing enough of those IPAs, you know how many reach outs you need a day. You're not referring to people as numbers. I'm talking about the activity. And do you go from one post a day to 3 or 4 posts a day, or do you go to one reach out a week to one a day, and then 2 a day and 3 a day? And I remember when I said I wasn't going to do all that. No, I wasn't going to do all that, because I'm a little like introverted and I don't want people to know everything about my business, probably. And that was my misconception. And here I am, like tracking that. Yeah. So I think that's really what I have to say.
And here you are staring Emerald in the face. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just say it.
Yes. So
Ah,
excited
that's
about
so
that.
exciting.
So excited. Yeah.
This is a perfect segue, really quick, you guys. So the quote at the beginning was, "A tracked goal grows." And if you haven't seen it yet, all of you guys are invited to our accountability chats that kicked off yesterday. You're not too late. It's going to take probably a few days, few weeks for everybody to catch on board and catch on the game with this. But those accountability chats are there to help you be consistent with posting and also your income producing activities. So if you're not in those yet, please let your sponsor know or message me or Justin, and we can get you added to those. They're fantastic for accountability. It just provides the framework and the structure so that you can hold yourself accountable to all amazing things that you have set goals for this year. That's going to be the boots on the ground, nitty gritty. Let's just get down to business. Okay, I'm going to kick it over to Amy. She's going to talk more about that.
Okay, can you guys see me? Because I can't see myself.
Yeah, we can see you. And it's the weirdest feeling not to see yourself.
Yeah, okay, wow, okay.
Did it just
I'm going to talk
minimize
to you,
something?
Lisa, because that's all I can see. I can see Lisa and Megan. But okay, so when Megan asked me to share on this call, I actually was just kind of praying about what to share specifically. Um, but I feel like I want to share again kind of what I shared on the last team call. For those of you, if you guys were on the last team call, it'll maybe feel a little bit redundant, but I've been here 10 years. And so I feel like we're going to have seasons if you're here for the long haul. First of all, I think the biggest thing the only reason, the only way you won't have success is if you walk away, if you quit. And so I've said from the beginning, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I'm here for the long haul. The only way that I'll walk away is if the Lord tells me to, or my husband tells me to. But other than that, through the ebbs and the valleys, through the hills, the mountains and the valleys. And if you're here long enough, you will have both mountains and valleys. Of any job I've ever had, I say that this is like the most bipolar job I've ever had in my life, where I'm like, within a day you can be on the mountaintop and then you can be in the valley. So it's like your mind is like psychotic, you know what I mean? So just hold on to your hat and just say, I'm here for the ride. Okay. And so, I'm sure that there are some of you on this team call who typically at the beginning of the team calls, I was expecting Megan to do this, but she said she's looking at her phone, but she gives the stats, right? So and so who added so many, and this person added this many, and this person ranked, and this person did this. And I've been on many of those calls when I'm like, wah, wah. Like I couldn't sign someone to save my soul last month. And I'm not holding the rank that I want to hold. And so first of all, if there's any of you on this call that are there, kudos to you for showing up, because there are many times that I didn't even show up because I was like, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to add. There's nothing that's going to encourage me. So why? And that's not the right attitude to have. I'm just being real. And so I want to encourage you for being on tonight. If maybe you're a little bummed that you haven't had the success you wanted, or maybe you didn't earn Cancun and you were hoping to, or maybe you've never had a fast start silver or senior silver or gold, it will come. You'll have those moments, but there may be seasons where you don't too. And so Megan had asked me to share this fall and winter, our team is in momentum again from being in a season of not in momentum. So she's like, can you just share, like, there was a month I added 17. There was 2 months I added 10. And so she's like, can you share your secrets? And we all know there's no secrets, right? But I think sometimes there's little things, there's little pivots we can make too. And I've heard it said over and over again, if you want something to change, you don't keep doing the same thing, right? And so there were little pivots that our team made. But I'm going to just be super honest with you. It's been 2 years since I've held the emerald rank. I'm almost back there. I'm not yet, but that's a long haul of where I held rank for a long time and then I didn't. And there's life things that happen. I had 2 strong leaders on my team, one a strong, solid senior gold, one a gold, both passed away from breast cancer. So goes the leader, sometimes so goes the team, right? And so I lost 2 pretty strong legs that way. There's pretty much all of last year, my daughter out of the blue started having like 100 seizures a week. And so we kind of lived in Boston, back and forth. She had brain surgery this summer. And so praise the Lord, it's been 5 months since surgery, and 5 months she's seizure free. So it's amazing. Just a gift. And so, but for a year of my life, it was kind of like Plexus was like kind of on the back burner, you know what I mean? And so there's going to be seasons like that. And I still praise the Lord to have a business where you can work it literally from a bedside, but there's sometimes when mentally we're like, I can't really think of making a post about ProBio 5 when my kid's about to have brain surgery, and so you give yourself grace with those seasons too, right? But you still show up and you don't walk away again, unless you're supposed to walk away. Someone said to us one time, you never walk away in the valley. You walk away. If you're going to walk away, you walk away when things are good, right? And then because your brain space is right. And so anyways, I just want to encourage those of you who are brand new too, if this is like your first time you've ever been part of our team, like
this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful business where you can do as much or as little as you want. You can be just a happy wholesale customer and just have this sweet, sweet community that we have. And Megan is right. We have the best team. Or you can share with a few friends and get a couple accountability partners. Everything is better with friends. We will be so much more successful if we find an accountability partner to be consistent with them. Like Angie working out at the gym with her friend, like guaranteed she's got to stay more consistent at it if she's got a battle buddy in the gym. Ooh, look at those muscles. Woo. So, or you can say, I want to be able to put my kid in private school. I want to pay to get my nails done. I don't know. Or you want to make brain surgeon salary. You really can make that call and do as much or as little as you want. That's a beautiful thing. And you don't have to know anything. And you have people on this team. We are known for, on Lisa's and my team, for example, no one on our team even really knows who's under me or who's under Lisa. No one really knows who benefits who and who doesn't benefit who, because we don't care. We will happily help anybody who has questions or who needs help. Angie has helped me a million and one times. I do nothing for her. My team benefits her in no way, shape, or form. And that is a very different culture than most companies. We are known for that. So you don't have to know anything. You can literally earn while you learn, or learn while you earn, both, whichever, you know what I mean? And so I'm not even sharing what I was going to share, honestly, but anyways, I guess I'll just share with you a couple of systems maybe that if you're like, I don't even know where to start or even what to do. I guess one place to start would be to maybe even start with that crazy post that Megan had asked us to post a while back. This is what started our team back in momentum. There were a couple of key things that got us back into momentum. One was Megan's like, hey, I'm coming to your area tomorrow. You want to do a sip and see? And I was like, no, I like to plan things. I don't like, and Lisa's like, woohoo. Lisa's more like fly by the seat of her pants. I am not, because I'm like, I want to plan. I want to be able to invite people. I want it to be excellent. And I was like, you know what? Megan's here. She's never here. And so we literally whipped out as many invites as we could. And it was sweet and successful. We essentially did 2 in one day. But that was out of my comfort zone because I really don't love doing sip and sees. But if you want different results, you got to do different things, right? I'll also tell you that we planned a huge sip and see for the Amish community, and nobody showed up because they all got sick and they had no way to tell us. And so that was a bomb. But we're gonna do another one in the spring. So sometimes you're gonna do things that are kind of a failure. But Lisa and I had coffee. It was great. It was fine. And so we're gonna plan another one in spring. And then another pivot for us that we did was we had a team retreat just for our leaders, and it wasn't perfect. It wasn't amazing. Neither of us were ranking at the time, and so we're like, we can't afford. It's not wise for us to get a beautiful Airbnb. So we literally camped out at Lisa's house. We did a 24-hour overnight for just the leaders on our team. It was precious and it was sweet. And it was a working retreat. But Lisa and I literally sat down and said, should we do it? We probably should. Do we want to? I don't know. Our team's not doing anything. No one's really working. Will they even care? We don't know, but we should probably do it. It's the right thing. It's the next right thing. And so that's what we did. And our, activity cures all the things, right? And so we did something that our spirits and our hearts weren't even feeling excited about, but it was sweet and it was precious. And that's what started momentum with our leaders and in our hearts as well. And then we did that silly dumb post. And then I made, whoever says Frosty before I say snowman gets a prize from me. Okay. I've done posts like that 1,000 times. Okay. Sometimes I've had 0 comments over like 48 hours. It was a post that said, it's a call to comment post. Someone asked what it is, where it says, it's kind of where you're you're warming up the algorithm. It's a call to comment post. You want people to comment because those are people you can have conversations with. So I said, whoever says Frosty before I say snowman gets a fun $10 coupon from me, a free prize. I don't even know. Well, that post, I got over 1,000 comments. Okay. And so some comments were from the same people or whatever, but I've done posts like that before where like literally nobody commented. So I deleted it. I was like, well, that was a bomb. But that list of people. So here's where activity or action comes from that, right? It was a silly post where I just said, whoever says Frosty before I say snowman gets a prize from me. And lots of people just said Frosty, 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 right? I wrote down every single one of those names of people, every single one of them. And there wasn't 1,000 people because some people posted multiple times, right? But those were conversations that I had with people. I messaged them and I was like, oh my gosh. And I voice messaged and I said, just authentically. And half the time when I'm voice messaging people, I'm on my vibration plate. So my voice is like this, and I'm serious. That's how I do it. Or I'm on a walk or I'm in my car. Those are my office. That's my office, literally. And I just messaged him and I said, oh my goodness, thank you so much for commenting on that psychotic post. And everybody was a winner. And I was like, if you were interested in trying Plexus, it would be my joy to rebate you whatever the prize was that and I got a lot of crickets. But I also got a lot of conversation, back and forth with that. And anybody who replied to my message, I wrote down their names again, or I highlighted that name because that's another conversation to have, right? Just another conversation. And so I think sometimes we overthink conversations with people. Like maybe you're going to sell someone on a product in one conversation. Sometimes it's going to be a conversation back and forth, right? And we don't need to barf on them. We can just have a conversation back and forth of, some people like, I don't even know what Plexus is. It was just a fun game. And I was like, oh my word, I would love to share with you if you're interested. Do you have any health goals? Whatever. Like, don't overthink it. And I don't think there's a perfect post. And so, but anytime you have a conversation with someone, if they're conversing back with you, write their name down, take good notes, because the fortune is in the follow-up and it's relationship building. When someone joins your team, the other main difference with them buying from us than from Walmart or whatever is you're establishing a relationship, you're establishing trust with them, you're building friendships with them. I've got so many friends that I never ever had in my life before Plexus, which that's a gift. That's a stewardship, right? And the Bible says that if we're faithful with little, he'll give us more. And so I think that's good. You always go back and clean up your wall. I don't clean them up. Well, I'll delete posts that are. I just left it there because then that's names that I have. Okay, I want to show you one method that I do for. Megan was just saying, can you show people your systems? I think systems ebb and flow too. I think sometimes if you're brand new and you're a brand new customer and you just joined this call. When I was brand new with Plexus and I said I want to maybe make a little money. My first weeks of Plexus, I did 3, 2, 1, like 5 days a week. I messaged 3 new people every day and just said, this is what I don't know if you see my posts. I started posting about this company called Plexus. Oh my word. Shared my story a little bit. I would love to, would you be open to me sharing more with you? Or I'd be like, I would so love for you to come play with me. Like however you talk, but 3 new people every day, followed up with 2 people who I'd had conversations with in the past every day, and talked with 1 person who was already on my team. And I made a post, 3, 2, 1, 1. You can literally do that in 15 minutes every single day. And so, and if you want to grow more, you can make your recipe, you can make your message, you can make your recipe longer, bigger, whatever. For a season, this is what I did. I'll show you. I buy these planners from Sam's Club every single year. They look exactly the same every single year. I save them every year. And I write the names down of every person who I reach out to every day. And so it was Marianne Anderson. She was talking about her IPA. She says, the thing about Plexus is you can always message more people. It's hard to be like, okay, I've done my work for the day, because you can always send another message, right? And so depending on how your brain works, for me, it's nice to be like, this is the amount of people I'm going to reach out to in my set time. And then if I can follow up with messages later in the day or whatever, I will. But like I said, there's seasons of ebbs and flows, right? There's nooks and crannies seasons. And then there's seasons if you want to grow like Lisa. I'm assuming you've established some pretty solid business hours, Lisa Goodwin, where you're like, I'm going to sit down and work my business. But that's where you have grace with yourself too. And right now I'm in a season where I've got 3 teens in 3 different sports. So my season is a little more nooks and crannies, car walks, basketball games, things like that. There's other times when I was able to sit and say from 8 to 10 every day, that's my IPA time. And I'm going to reach out to 10 new people every day. I'm going to follow up with 10 people every day. And I'm going to check in with 10 people on my team every day. And that was my set time. So you figure what works for you, you do what works for you, and you have grace with yourself, and you know that there's seasons and there's ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're going to batch things. When we did that 100 reach out posts, challenge at Christmas time, I did that in 3 batches. Messaged a whole whack of people on my drive home from my mom's after Christmas, messaged a whole whack of people one morning, and messaged a whole whack of people one night when we were having a family movie night. And so done is better than perfect, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And so I guess that's what I have to say. I don't know if that encourages, discourages, but we have a team, we have a community on this team. So if ever you're discouraged, if ever you're disillusioned, if ever you feel like you're alone, you are not. And you have people on this team who may not even be connected to you, who you could reach out to with any questions. And we would all love to link arms with you and walk alongside of you and do this together. Thus endeth my speech.
Mic drop. That was
awesome.
That totally made up for your comment, by the way. I was cracking up. Poor Lisa. She's like, why is everyone cracking up? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So if you don't walk away from this call inspired, my dad always says, if that doesn't light your fire, your wood is wet.
Yep.
So
If
if it doesn't fire you up. So anyways, we are moving towards Super Saturday very, very quickly. So make sure you get people registered for that. If you're not registered, go register. There was a January challenge, like a health challenge that kicked off yesterday. I know there's a lot going on right now. Like so many things have like dropped. And so don't forget to plug your people in, invite your customers to that. It's a great retention tool. There's huge prizes. I paid $100 for you guys to be able to participate in that. If you're a Jewel and you want your team to participate, you can chip in some money, and it's great. It's fantastic. And then there's a bunch of prizes. So it is fantastic. The reset, there's a lot of reset challenges going on right now. If you're wanting to plug into one, just message us. I'm sure we can get you plugged in. We just more encouraged, and Plex has actually encouraged people to go ahead and register their own little reset challenge and run a bunch of little smaller ones like in group chats and stuff. So that is fantastic. If you didn't see the toolkit that Tina made, it's a really great tool. So that can be blitzed out to all your customers for reset. If you're doing the reset and you're not either in our standing reset challenge group with a bunch of great information, reach out and let us know, and we can get you that little reset toolkit. It is on the team page as well, so you can search for that. Last but not least, in your email, there was a Ring in the New Year Sip and See registration, and it's going to be after Super Saturday. So I love the timing of it. They're encouraging people basically to put into action everything they learned at Super Saturday. So you can go search your email, go register your Sip and See event. It's like anything goes. You don't have to be a gem or jewel to host it. Just register. I'm not sure if we'll get codes for that or if there's be any sort of perk, but I'm just encouraging everyone to go set their date for their Sip and See. So anytime between, let's see, January 11th through the 18th. So go get that done. Just mark it on the calendar, rip the Band-Aid off just to go get it on the schedule so that you make sure that you set that in stone, because this month is the month to make some things happen. I know there's a lot of goals on the team. There's so much potential for new silvers and senior silvers, and even all your customers. We had almost 300 new people join the team in December. All of those people can do it with a buddy. Like, even if they're not really interested in business, just be mindful of having the conversation to, let's do this with a buddy. Like, who do you know? Who's a friend that would do this with you? Kind of like Angie joining the gym and going and doing fitness training with Katie. I mean, we all do better with accountability. So have those conversations with your new VIP customers. Just force yourself to do it, because you just never know. Like, kind of like Lisa said, don't say no. Don't decide for someone else if the opportunity piece is for them. And it's easy enough to have that gentle, very casual conversation about doing this with a buddy. Then you get your team popping up with plus one. You double the size of your team essentially, potentially. And then from some of those people are going to see the vision for going silver, So there's a lot of good things. You guys, that was so fun.
It was awesome.
Anything you want to say?
There's too many takeaways to recap. That was awesome. And if you have teammates that are not on this call, it was recorded. It's being recorded. I would encourage them to listen. It was excellent. But the one big takeaway was Amy said, "Never quit in the valley." That was really, really awesome. I just posted it on my stories, by the way. And so if you're in a valley, don't quit. Keep moving. Keep moving till you get to the mountaintop. Then, whatever. But don't quit when you're in the valley. That was awesome.
All righty. Well, thank you guys, everyone, for sharing. Please pop in the chats your takeaways. I think it would be a wonderful thank you to everyone that shared tonight, for you personally to share a top takeaway from tonight's call. It'll just be like the cherry on top to hear from all of you, and just as a thank you to everyone that shared tonight. All right, let's go get our goals. See you guys.
See you.